Hello again. This is our third example of randomization tests, an example of resampling statistics, a form of non-parametric statistics that we can use using a numerical solution to estimating the sampling distribution under the null hypothesis. So this is another example. Here we've got just simply two groups with a binary outcome, yes or no, 1 or 0, whatever. And we would standardly use a chi-squared test or something similar. And here we can use the same randomization approach that we used in the previous example with independent groups ANOVA, where we randomize without replacement to break any link that there might be in the data between the pairing of the actual outcome observed against the group. Previously, we did this to break any association between the score and the group. Here it's just the same. We're randomizing without replacement to break any pattern association that there might be between outcome and group in our real data. And this might be useful for checking on small samples where there are concerns about how well the chi-squared test works with very small samples. It's a low power test anyway, but there are other issues. So this is a small example. It's got a cover story, but it doesn't really matter. It's only got 22 observations in this 2x2 chi-squared table. This is an imaginary set of data based around the probably reliable association between smoking status and Parkinson's disease. One of the few things that smoking seems to be any good for is it gives you, it's thought, a small protection against developing Parkinson's disease, or it did last time I looked at the literature a good few years ago, and there's no obvious explanation for why this should be. But it doesn't really matter, this is just arbitrary. Here we see that there appears to be quite a strong association in this tiny table, because most of the data lie along this diagonal here. It means that if you're a smoker, your probability of having Parkinson's disease is quite small, whereas if you're a non-smoker, it's much higher. These are obviously made up data to produce contingency table of interest. Here they are laid out in the long thin format across the 22 subjects. Smoker coded 1 or 2, Parkinson's disease coded 1 or 0. Actually, if you do a chi-squared test on these data, it comes out significant with a p of around 1%, but it's such a small sample. Some of the issues that discussed about chi-squared tests might give us worry about using this, so we can use a randomization test to see what result we would get using that methodology. And here is the chi2rand.m program. These are all available on my GitHub resource, my repository for these programs, the link for which is given in the description for this video. So here we go. There's the raw data, the original data, and this is, so we leave the smoking condition the same, and we just randomize without replacement these numbers. Here's one randomization, here's another. We go on for 5, 10,000 randomization, and then we get a distribution of the scores for each of these sets of data against which we can compare the real data. So each resample randomizes a disease with respect to smoking. And this is what the randomized sampling distribution, which is a null hypothesis distribution, looks like. We did 5,000 resamples here. It looks pretty like a chi-squared distribution. We calculate the chi-squared statistic here. We note that this randomized distribution is similar to a chi-squared distribution with 1 degree of freedom, but it's not continuous, whereas a chi-squared distribution itself is continuous, and it has pretty similar statistics to the statistics for our resample distribution. Note the mean of close to 1 and the standard deviation of 1.4. And again, mean close to 1 and standard deviation of here 1. Remember I said it was not continuous. For our data, there's no randomization for such a small set of data that can generate certain specific chi-squared values. It just turns out that's the way the numbers fall out here, and there are no possible values of chi-squared here or here, etc. What do we get from this randomization? The 5% critical value estimated from our randomization is a chi-squared value, test value of 4.2, which at the 5% critical value, and actually this is pretty close to the tabulated critical value of 3.84. That's what the chi-squared distribution, 5% for 1 degree of freedom distribution, lies above a score of 3.84. In our resample distribution, 5% of that resample distribution lay above a value of 4.2. So we have a chi-squared test statistic for the data is 6.04, and so the probability from our resampled randomized distribution of a value above 6.04 is obviously less than 5%. It's actually 2.9%. And that probability is a little bit higher than the classical probability. Assuming the chi-squared test is suitable for these data, that would give us, as we've already seen, a p-value of p equals 0.014, 1.4%. And that's the end of the third randomization example.